Okay, so today, as you can see from the screen, today I'm going to talk about why I support Marianne Williamson for president. And what is going to be a little surprising is that, or maybe not surprising, if you've been following a couple of the videos that I've put out so far, you will see that my main focus in doing these videos and in supporting Marianne Williamson is all about the fact that she is all about preserving, maintaining, upstanding democracy. It is no secret that we have in our current president someone that many people in America do not feel comfortable having at the helm. There are many people who are concerned about this particular current president somehow turning what we have into a dictatorship of sorts. It has even been said by some, even major politicians, that they don't believe that Donald Trump will leave office at the end of his term. So, the number one reason why I'm supporting Marianne Williamson for president is because she believes in democracy and supports it. And I believe that when she takes office, she will institute, rather, not even institute, uphold the series of checks and balances that our founding fathers had originally intended, so that there would be no specific office that would have more power than the other, so that there would be no chance of any one entity of government taking hold over the people, um, over the other. Now, to that same point, the next thing I really love about Marianne is the fact that she wants to reform campaign finance. And we know that the influence of money in presidential elections, the influence of money in politics, uh, makes it difficult for the people that we elect to uh, vote in ways that are in the best interest of the people versus the best interest of the corporations. And Marianne talks about this extensively when she talks about um, uh, governments supporting uh, uh, business profits, short term corporate profits, I believe is how she phrases it. When governments do things and vote in certain ways to support short term profits for corporations versus thinking about the long term health and well being of its actual citizens. And you're not going to see a lot of candidates be as vocal as she is about that, because there are candidates in the race who are accepting money from big corporate donations. So there's a lot there. So those are the first two main reasons. So number one, she loves democracy. And two, she wants to reform campaign finance. And so now the next three that I want to outline in terms of why I support Marianne Williamson are more emotional. Now, I have to admit, I am an emotional voter. I know in just the last video I talked about how we need to think for ourselves. Yes, I absolutely do that. Uh, but I'm also human. Along those lines, a quality that I really like about Marianne is that she's honest. I want to say that prior to learning about who Marianne Williamson was, I was very much in support of two, maybe three other major candidates. One of them very high in the polls right now, and the other somewhere in the middle. But when I saw Marianne in the first debate, and she declared before the world that she was going to make this country, uh, you know, a great place for young people to grow up, in a challenge to, I believe it was Norway, to what they're doing over there. How awesome was that? I mean, I was just like, what? What is she? You know, I, no one has ever put forward anything like that before. And especially, talking about the children prior to that debate. And quite frankly, I don't even think, even at this moment, Marianne is the only one who's talking about the children. Right from the start, she has been focused on thinking about the future in terms of how do we take care and preserve our country in terms of our youth. And I mean uh, that is really remarkable, because you'll see a lot of the other candidates, they're very much focused on people who are of voting age, as well they should be. But Marianne is not just thinking about those people of voting age. She's also thinking about those other people who she can help, um, who do not have that opportunity at that time, right? So that really speaks to how big her heart is, how much compassion that she has for other people, the fact that she's thinking about the children, and she really means it. And now, not only does she believe in democracy, not only does she want to reform campaign finance, but at the end of the day, I said that Marianne Williamson gets it. And by that I mean she understands that what we're looking at here in terms of the future of our country is not, as the saying goes, putting lipstick on a pig, right? Now, Marianne talks about how, you know, people are like, well, we want to get a candidate who is, part of the establishment, because, they know how to do politics. They know how the system works. And then her argument to that is, and it makes perfect sense, why would you support candidates who are part of the system that is broken? Why would you expect for them to be able to fix the system that, you know, perhaps they had a hand in creating? So, you know, I just had to put my full support behind Marianne because of that. She is not superficial. She's not just looking for the easy wins. She's thinking about how can we go deeper on these issues globally. How can we think about immigration globally, not just something on the surface, superficial. I love that about her. She is so smart and so wise and so very thoughtful. And it is that care that she takes to think critically about these issues. Because of that, that is why I support her. And now finally, I want to say, this is number 5. The last reason that I am supporting Marianne Williamson for president is because she is so brave. Now granted, all of the candidates are brave. Everyone up there is brave, because what does it mean to run for president? That means that your life is now really no longer your own, right? So now every little thing that you have ever done is now fodder for discussion by the media, by everyone sitting down at their uh, table over dinner, everyone standing at the water cooler during break time. That, in and of itself, um, she's just so brave for being willing to stand up to that scrutiny. But then let's also say that, in the face of, various, you know, I guess you would call it smearing that people are doing, the misquoting, the taking out of context of the things that she has said, despite all of this that's going on around her, Marianne continues to remain steadfast, to fight the good fight, because she has a vision for bringing this country to a better place. And, she's really serious about that. Um, and, like I said, she's honest. I can see it, I can sense it, I can feel it. And so it is without any reservation that I support Marianne Williamson for president. And I hope you will too. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please let me know what your comments are. Are you a Marianne Williamson supporter? Uh, Tell me why. All right, so I'll see you next time.